it'll stop in a second. But one camera, I made a bunch of pastel colored wefts, and I've got some like inspirational pictures of opal kind of inspired hair, but I think I'm just gonna go at it and see where we get. Like, I think I'm gonna do a line of oscillating of these colors. So like not a whole strip, but just like one piece, yellow, pink, purple, blue, green, and repeat the pattern all the way around. Maybe, I wonder, should I do like one strip and then some white and then another strip of color? Or should I do like two pieces together? I made some like individual little strips to sort of play with. Yeah. Yeah, maybe spreading them out's a good idea. Which is easy, because I'm not gonna make little strips for this next part. I'm just gonna chop off a piece and glue it on. Because there's really no need to go through all the effort of making the little strips, I don't think. Oh, let me pull up chat. Sorry, I forgot to do that. There we go. Now I have it pulled up, and we'll try to keep an eye on it. And I turned on my iron, but I'm not sure why necessarily I did that. I think I'm gonna turn it off. Oh wait, I remember why. Because there was this strip at the front that's not fully straight that I wanted to fix. That's why. There we go. Now it matches the rest of it better. Turn this hot iron off before I melt something or burn myself. As careful as oh, I got a bruise. I ran into something. I moved the camera in the hopes that I can do stuff and not have my arms in the way so you guys can still see. And I think I'm going to start on the side of her face with a color. So, just gonna chop off a piece of yellow here. Brush out this little end excess that we don't need. I should have got my glue out first. And I think a lot of this I'm probably just gonna do with my fingers. Because it's kind of like making your own little weft. Because then you make sure all of the fibers get, you know, latex on them, and yeah, it's just a good idea, I think. start there. I will probably have to make some more white wefts. But that's okay. I might end up changing up the camera angle to be a little bit better. I kind of wonder, maybe I could point it from up top? Yeah, maybe I'll try that. I'm gonna do some camera angle fiddling here. And I'll mute myself while I do it so I don't end up making unenjoyable noises. Okay, there we go. We'll give this a try. And let me swap to my other camera. Alright, so we did a yellow, then a white. Now let's do a pink one. I kind of wonder, I think I'm going to do two pink ones because the The pink is so much thinner than the other. Should I? No, I'm gonna do one. Just gonna do one. This will be a long and tedious process, but I think it'll be really nice in the end. My mic keeps kind of shuffling around. Purple will be next after white. Yeah, and I think the next ring that I do, I'll do a color piece where I've done the white on the layer below. That seems like a worthy endeavor, I think. I'm still not sure exactly how I'm going to cut this wig. Just kind of going about things organically. I definitely don't want to count the number of hours I'm going to end up spending on it. It'll be nice though. turn my fancy turntable a little bit. I found this on clearance yesterday when I went to Michael's. What a lovely find, I think. I've thought about like having one for a while and just never did the thing and was like, the ones that seem nice are all really expensive. And well, yesterday it was meant to be, I guess. Because this one I can actually adjust to multiple heights, and it's also got sort of a pull lock stop so I can keep it from turning if I want. It's kind of cool. So blue this time. It'll be nice once I get a few pieces of yarn in so that I've got some more space to play with on this stick. It's kind of hard to keep things separate at the moment. I've definitely been on a bit of a pastel kick though. I saw, I don't remember if it was late last night or earlier this morning where, what is it, SK Dollhouse I think, are doing some really cute clear rain boots. And you can combine them with like different color socks for neat effects. And they've got some short boots and some tall boots. So I got a couple pairs of boots this morning. I definitely need to go through all of my stuff though and pull out things that need to go to another home. It's going to be so satisfying when I get to brush this thing at the end of all this because it's a bunch of little tiny pieces of hair. It does look like it's actually probably going to go pretty quickly though. Hello, Bean Sprout. Thank you. I am very excited about the colors. Normally I'm very like super bright colors, but I want to do her all like iridescent opal inspired, so pastel rainbow it is. And I'm kind of hoping to turn it into a little bit of a collab between friends, because like getting her and sort of the whole thing of it has been a big boost to getting me back into hobby I kind of started being a little bit alienated from, so I want it to be a fun group thing. So I think I'm gonna have one friend do her face up. I'm hoping another friend makes make stuff for them, and if they do, I'll get that for her. And I think am I correct in that you're oh gosh, I can't remember the Instagram name. You make like eyes and stuff. Your name on IG includes Bean as well. Because I saw you post a bunch of eyes in this head recently, and I'm like, ooh, maybe I could get you to make some eyeballs for me. Yep, yeah, Minda's probably gonna do the face up for her. Sweet. Yeah, I was gonna ask like since I've never like ordered anything from you, what your process is. Do you have like a store? Do I need to fill out some sort of form? Like how you do? And I wanted to try to look a little bit more into your portfolio of things that you've done. Yeah, she paints stuff really lovely. She's really talented. Even though she would probably disagree. Or at least think she's probably mediocre, which I disagree with, but yeah, she's great. Perfect. Yeah, I mean, why even do it on Etsy? You know, there's other ways to go about it, and there's less hassle and fees, and you know, if you were just starting out and didn't have an audience, um, maybe it would be worth it to just sort of get a clientele going, but seems like a whole lot of bother to me. And you make a wide range of stuff too. Eyes, all kinds of cute little knickknacks and decora kind of things. Pretty much if there's resin, then you do it. I know you've got like a whole bunch of different fun nail polishes and stuff. Like anytime you post something new that you've gotten, I'm like, oh, look at the shinies. I I definitely live vicariously through you and your different shiny hauls for sure. I mean, I've got a lot of shinies, but there's a lot more out there I would love to have. I'm sure there's like products and techniques and stuff that you're familiar with that would just blow my mind too. Like recently, I've been into watching like Korean nail artists do some real voodoo in regards to gel nails. And man, I wish I could find someone local to do my nails up real pretty. Like, I feel like I could do my left hand really good, but I don't feel like I could do my right hand really good. If that makes sense. Because I'm right-handed. Yeah, some of the polishes and stuff that um, this person I was watching was using was just like, wow. And then I went to look and see like how much they were, and it's like $30 for one bottle of nail polish. Like, ooh, I don't have a YouTube channel that gets millions of views, you know. Ooh, that would be lovely. Yeah, if you're ever up this way, I have a guest bedroom, so you would be welcome to stay. I'm a little bit away from Minda though, so but we could coordinate stuff. The one thing I'm not sure of what I want to do with her is like how I want to end up styling her wig. Better make it before Minda hops off to Japan. I mean, you still be welcome to come visit me if you know if you wanted, if she wasn't here, if you want to visit the area, because it's Pacific Northwest is really pretty, but I totally understand the want to specifically visit Minda. She's lovely. Yeah. Yeah, she's been waiting to go back for years at this point. Poor thing. I know when the whole pandemic started, um, I was actually like mid planning a trip to go to Japan, and haven't been able to do it. But she's got a lot more reason to want to be there than me. Like I just want to go for um, travel fun, and I do know some people over there, but oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, if you want to come to Resin Rose, we'll make a extended fun time, road trip sort of deal of it. I think next year I want to depends on how I do with it. Um Preferably I would get rid of all my stuff before then, but I might have a booth to sell a bunch of the extra dolly stuff that I would love to find a home for. I'm fortunate enough to have been to Japan once before, and honestly, I'm a little worried I'm going to be a little bit sad when I go back because I know so many things that I really wanted to go to and see and experience are no longer a thing there because COVID sucks. But I'm sure, I mean, there's lots of other really great things to experience there too. Just some of the specific uh, wants, you know, can't really be done anymore. Oh, thank you. I try to do nice things. Sometimes things don't work out, but sometimes they do. Most of the things I'd be selling would probably be, blank dolls or like some furniture, some clothes, some wigs. I keep waffling on if I want to keep my SD Zoom dolls and I do and I don't, and I don't know. Did you see what the theme next year is? I don't remember the exact phrasing, but basically it's like coffee shop theme, which is interesting. I've been trying to think of like, well, what do I want to do for that? And I don't know. Like trying to think up of something that's individualistic and I don't know. But that would be for like a lot of the stuff that you make, especially if you have like any sort of mini foods or whatever, like I bet that would do really well. I love coffee too. I really miss like going and hanging out in coffee shops and doodling. Um, no, for I'm assuming you meant like you asked like for the custom doll contest. I just mean like generally. I kind of like to have my dolls on theme. Um, like fish stick. Like I had already done fish stick years ago. I didn't. I wasn't trying to match a theme. The theme just happened to match the aesthetic of a number of my dolls. Uh, and I wasn't planning on entering, but they said that people that were there for helping vendors and stuff could enter. Um, so I did, and it was fun. Oh, that is purple. I was doing purple fiber, and I thought that the purple fiber was white fiber. I probably would do a maybe Lilu because I've already got some stuff for her that's like I got my art kit ready to go to a coffee shop to doodle for a couple hours kind of thing. What I really want to try to find is a new pair of glasses for her. I would love to find some sort of square, thick frame, clear glasses. I've seen some people with dolls that have those kinds of glasses, but I haven't been able to find them myself. I need to get my 3D printer going. Oh boy, thank you. That would be lovely. Or just like in general some different styles of glasses for her. I've got a number of different ones, but they're not they're not awful, but they're I don't know. They're just not quite what I want, I guess. What's a project that you're currently working on? Or a something that you're researching trying to figure out like how am I going to do this thing? Well, thank you. I appreciate it. Ooh, nice. So I was completely unaware of Maddie doll stuff before Resin Rose, so I'm really glad that they were there because I love her dolls. But um, how many different ones do they have? Like it seemed like at least on the table, they were all the same sculpt, and the names corresponded to just the resin color difference. So is and I only remember Starlight, the white skin, the one that I got. Um, but like is L um, just a particular resin color, or is it a different face? I've been so out of things. I don't really know about a lot of new companies and stuff that's out. Okay. Well, it's super adorable and it's really versatile. Like for as expressive as of a face as it is, I was really surprised that they were all the same sculpt. 'Cause she had a bunch of them like done up on her table, and even though it's the same sculpt, like they were able to look really distinct, um, just being customized different ways. Which like I know it's a thing, but I don't know. It was still just surprising and good. Yeah, when I oh dang it, I messed up. No. I need to do a white weft next, not green. You stay there and dry if you want. Yeah, Minda talks about you all the time. She always says such lovely things. For your Maddie Bear dolls wig, what's your plan? God, that was a lot of stumbling in that sentence. I actually haven't had coffee yet today. And I was up pretty late. Words are hard. I kind of wish Maddie Bear's dolls they came in like a jet black resin. That would be really nice. I would I might would actually buy another one if that ever happens to be a thing. Oh, that sounds really cute. There's a doll hair company that I follow on Instagram that they have the widest range of different types of curled hair for making wigs that is like doll scale than I've seen. But they even have like super tiny like 4C level uh, curls. So if you wanted to go kind of afro poofy sort of look, um, I can try to find them and send it to you. Yeah, I could dye one, but eh. I also I know that I don't tend to be really big into like just one-off pretty dolls. I'm very much more like, my doll has a character kind of thing. And these dolls don't. I mean, maybe they'll have characters eventually, but for now, she's just, you know, a pretty little baby. Oh, that's good. Huh. The circle of color, it almost ends up lining up really well. In fact, I think I'm going to add maybe a tiny little bit more. No, I'm going to leave it. It almost ends up being a perfect ring around. After I'm done streaming, when I take a break, I'll try to remember to send you a link. If I forget, please feel free to be like, hey, you said you'd do a thing. So on this row, I don't know how good it is visibility wise. I'll change my other camera to see if I can show you. Let's see. Oh yeah, that works. Alright, so if I swap to this camera, you can see I've got yellow, white, pink, white, purple, white, blue, white, green, white, and then it continues around. So on this pass, I want to put a color where I put the white below, but I don't know how I want to do the colors, mostly because I'm not sure how they're going to play together later on once the whole wig is done. Like, do I do just shift it over one, so yellow, pink, purple, green? Or do I flip the order and do like green, what is it? Green, blue, purple, pink. I think maybe I flip the order. I think that's a good idea. Because it'll end up looking more kind of opalescent, right? Thank you. Yeah, I think I'm gonna flop the order. Because I'm not going for rainbow. Yeah. That's what we'll do. So we'll start with green. But do I start it? I think I start it back here. Yep. Yeah, we're gonna flip. Yeah, I'm not sure on a final style yet. So for her, I want to do, so I love her scalloped thighs, and I want to do like a really pretty, really detailed like underbust corset. for her. So kind of like, you know, sort of lingerie-ish. Um, think like Dita Von Teese, you know, really glam kind of deal. Um, but like iridescent inspired. So like I'm gonna be using like glitters and foils and stuff on her. I haven't fully decided the exact painting style for her yet, but because I'm just doing it all as like an inspiration, right? But uh, I guess with her hair, I do want her hair to be big because she's a really cute doll, but I'm not the biggest fan of the head shape, and so I would like the hair to be big. Like I'll grab one of my other wigs. I don't I don't think I'm gonna end up like curling the hair or anything, but I do want to see what it looks like just not trimmed because I think that could be really interesting, like this crazy red wig that I made. Granted, this was not ironed, but I had to iron this fiber to get it to be the same texture because the pink yarn is really silky. But I might end up doing something along the lines of this black wig, very sort of layered, choppy kind of thing. That way, like, I could put like decorations in her hair, or like make it really messy, depending on what I wanted to do. But I think the layers would end up showing the opal really, really well. And that type of haircut, I love. So we'll see. Because she's not a character doll, I feel a bit more free to just willy-nilly it rather than plan it all out, if that makes sense. Also, thanks for hanging out. I love, like, I feel like I end up being a lot more productive and doing some of the more monotonous tasks are a lot more fun when someone's hanging out and chat with me. So I appreciate it. Especially when, like, things like gluing hair is just like watching paint dry. Not the most engaging thing. All right, I have to keep up with what I'm doing. Blue's next. Yeah, I just randomly stream, so I never expect people to show up depending on what time I'm doing the thing. It's just a bonus if they do, 'cause I'd sit here and do this whether someone was here or not anyway. Oh, sure, no worries. I appreciate the heads up. Water and computers definitely don't mix. Oh yeah, that's adorable. I like it. I think after this layer dries, I'm gonna give it a brush just to see what it does when I brush it, because they're all sort of individual segments, right? So it doesn't quite look like it will in the end. I was hoping to get to do some photography stuff this weekend, but I've just been on this wig kick, and I figure while I got the energy to do that, just go with it. Do the thing. I've definitely learned to listen to my creative energy when it happens, because I feel like I went quite a long time without being able to do much other than exist. I hope I'm able to get through this layer with the white wefts that I got. I hope I don't have to stop and make more, but I might have to. Oh yeah, that lines up really well. I like the fact that there's some purple right with each other, because in researching a bunch of opal wigs, I noticed they tend to end up sort of purple toned for big chunks of it, which looks really good. So I may end up doing like the top layer purple or something. I'm so glad I'm not allergic to latex, because this method is just so good. It dries pretty quick. Stuff sticks to itself, you know? I tried finding a alternative that, you know, had all the same attributes, but, you know, wasn't latex based for people that are allergic to latex. Because I've got some friends, excuse me, I've got some friends that are allergic to latex. Because that sucks, you know? Like, I would make wigs to sell, possibly, if it weren't for the latex woes. But that sounds like a liability, you know? I so at one point I thought I did find something that the product description made it sound like it would work. Uh, but it was quite expensive, and I just was like, nah, not doing it. if I could come up with a quicker method for processing the yarn, I probably would make wigs, but tying it onto a rod and brushing it and then ironing it. It's more of the brushing it out part that I hate. Yeah, I think Minda is who I got this trick from, using latex to make wigs. 'Cause like it's super sturdy. You can wash the wig. Not that I've ever washed any of my wigs, but and don't feel like you have to type anything. I know you're washing dishes. I'm just chatting. I wish I could listen to music while I stream. Used to I could, but now all the monetization things are, all the algorithms get angry if you do it. Which, I mean, I get. I want artists of all kinds to be compensated for, their talent and time and effort. But, um, I'm sure someone wouldn't be here for listening to that music. Like, I mean, there's got to be some AI thing that we could use to rip the music out of a stream or something, right? I suppose I could wear headphones, but like it's kind of hard. Like I think I would end up speaking really, really softly if I was listening to music with headphones. If that makes sense. Oh gosh, yeah. I want to make more videos too, but like I really need to clean up my storage of stuff. Like I've run out of room, and there's a lot of things I'd have to go through that have their own sort of emotional baggage that I just ugh, I don't want to. I'm having fun. Don't ruin my fun at the moment. I know a year, 2 years, 2, 3 years ago, I started organizing all my photos, and I got most of it done, and that was like, gosh, how many photos was that? I want to say like 30,000 photos that I went through. Crazy. And the photos, like, they weren't all photos that I took. Like I also store like pictures of things that I find inspirational, you know, makeup, clothing, I'm big into visual K, so I've got like a bunch of, VK band photos and stuff, that kind of thing. Reference photos. I started a video, editing a video for the making my little mini Mana doll and my Sakura Con experience and all that, and um, I don't know. it's something I'm really attached to, and it's, I guess, I want to say personal, but it's not quite the right word. Um, I don't know. There's just a lot of feels tied up into it, and putting that out on the internet is scary, you know. But I'm almost done editing it. I just need to do the thing. And I want to do like a studio tour video. People have been asking for that. And I've worked really hard on my studio. And it's a really lovely space. I was worried I would regret investing in the little cameras that I'm actually streaming with right now, but I am very glad I did it. Streaming has been a much more enjoyable experience having these cameras. And sure, it's not like the best super pro quality or anything, but the process of how it works is easy. I think it looks pretty good. I think it sounds pretty good. So I'm pretty happy with it. It's easy to do multiple camera angles. The video quality is alright. They're easy to move around. Yeah, I get that. I think these days I'm definitely would be more nervous being directly on the camera, just 'cause like I don't know, I'm older. Um, I've gained some weight in the pandemic. Yeah, I should do one. I'm really close to being kind of done with all my major spaces. I've just got some sort of internal organization I want to finish, um, like all my doll stuff and drawers. I need to pull everything out and organize it better and put it where it's supposed to go. Like, as long as you don't open a drawer, everything looks real nice. Oh, thanks. I'm really happy with this mic that I just got, that I'm using right now. It's a lot more comfortable to wear, and at least in my volumes on my tech that I'm looking at, it looks like my voice is a lot more audible than it was. And it's all wireless, so I can get up and, go get a thing if I need to. What I really would like to do is like come up with a good schedule for, this is my day that I do projects and I stream, while I do those things on a regular basis kind of thing. Because that kind of structure really, really helps me a lot. Like, I play World of Warcraft, and, my guild does our things on certain days, and, you know, there might be days where I'm, not having the best day, but having that structure and sort of going and doing the thing anyway is really helpful for me. Because it's easy to be like, yeah, I don't want, I'm not gonna. But sometimes it's better to do it anyway. Not always, but sometimes. I do sometimes wonder if I should stream on Twitch instead. But I don't. I'd have to look later. I don't know if I can. I gotta be able to stream from Twitch with this setup. Oh, I didn't know that she did that. I'll have to check it out at some point. I don't tend to interact with Twitch very much generally. So there's a whole culture there that I am. There we go. Evidently, oh, my battery on my mic thing ran out. So I had to swap where the audio is coming from. Let me go plug these up to charge real quick. So you should be able to hear me now, but the audio quality is probably not as good. But that's, you know, that's how it be. Yeah. Okay. Now those are plugged up. Sorry about that. So, I don't remember exactly when it cut out, but, you asked about the kitties. Yes, they do like to hang out, though they aren't hanging out right now. We cut their claws earlier this morning, and so I'm sure they're off messing with their feet. But they like to hang out on the top of this thing. They generally just like to loaf around. I got really lucky with our cats. They luckily don't really mess with the doll stuff, not even like their wigs. One of them loves feathers, and so I got to be careful with anything that I have that has feathers around them. Like I was making a pair of wings for my Gact doll. And oh boy, that was a fight. That cat, like, if I was working on those wings, he was around and really wanted to help. He wanted to be involved in every step of the process. I had to, like, hide them from him. And normally, yeah, I don't really have to do anything like that with the rest of my stuff. But eventually he was less interested in them. Hooray, now we're getting some spacing on the bar so I can better keep up with what color I just did. So I just did purple. Oh, oops. I had a purple I already made. Oh well. We'll save it for the next purple. But yeah, otherwise, like, they don't seem to really care about them. They don't go after their wigs or, you know. My orange cat loves, like, rubbing his face on everything. So, like, that's kind of the worst thing that he tries to do sometimes, but like in the background you can see I've got these PAX units and I have diorama boxes that aren't covered in the back, and for the most part they actually leave that stuff alone. Like I've accidentally locked my cats down here overnight. Normally if I'm not down here I have the door closed just to make sure no shenanigans happen. But when I've accidentally locked them down here, they don't mess with anything. I think the few times my orange cat has caused trouble, it's been for attention, because it only happens when I'm in my office, which is within earshot of here.
So he's a naughty little mister. After I finish up this ring of fibers, I'll get the wings that I made and show you. I bet you'll like them. They're real shiny. They took so long to do, but I'm very glad that they are done now. It's actually a redo. I did a pair before a couple years ago, and I just didn't like them. So it was kind of an expensive experiment, but I learned a lot, and the next pair I made were much better. I'll probably add them to my trade pile. I got more wings to make too. Slowly but surely making progress on my mini miser guys. I've got all their wigs done. And now I've been working on wings. And I've only got 3 pairs of wings left to do. One of them should be decently easy to do. 2 of them are going to be a pain in the ass. I might have to branch out using techniques and technologies that I don't normally do. Like if I had a laser cutter, it would make it so much easier. I do have a little creek cut from a friend that's let me borrow it. I haven't used it yet, but I gotta look up what size stuff it'll cut, because maybe I could just use that. Yeah, then I gotta work on their outfits. Which I've already got like the fabric and stuff for them. So I just gotta make the thing. Oh good, so you've got one. So maybe I can poke your brain about what I'm thinking and if it would work or not. Because I've never used one before. Ooh. Do you have pictures of the wings that you did? Like, I'm curious. I'm curious. So I'm gonna do this one last thing of hair, and then I'll show you some of the stuff I've been talking about. Faux leather sounds decently thick. Yeah, most of the people that I know that have used a creek cut have used it for like signs and that type of thing. That's not really the application I'm going for, so I'm just going to plop this on the front. This turntable is so good. Just got extra latex to use up, so why not reinforce this ring? Oh, perfect, thanks. My finger could use a break from being dipped into latex. It gets like cold and almost like as though I've been soaking my finger in cold water for a while. If that makes sense. Okay, let me stick her off to the side. This turntable is so good. I'll swap. So it, you know, spins obviously, but it's also got this little hook so I can stop it from spinning. It also has, so there's a little hook that I pull, but it also has these flip out pieces so I can make it taller if I need to. It's really nicely made. I mean, it's plastic, but it's all like really nice, thick plastic, and it's for cakes, so like it's super sturdy. And this little like rubbery ring. I'm glad I picked it up. All right. Thanks. All right, I'm gonna go grab my book and show you some pictures first. So I'm definitely not going to assume that you're familiar with the things I'm making because it's pretty niche. Let's see. What? There we go. That works. So that's the group, and that's their wings. It's kind of hard to tell in there. I'll try to find a better picture. So Mana's wings are already done. So like there's some bat kind of wings I'm gonna make, but those are easy. Those are fine. There's these like butterfly wings that are like, sorry for the glare, they're like flat. Let me turn this off. Maybe that'll help. There we go, much less glare. And then I guess this might show it a little bit better. But yeah, the bat wings and then the red guy and the purple guy are the ones I got left to make. And the red one is going to be the really difficult one. I've already got patterns made that I think are in good scale for them. So, and their wings are all just flat elements. So if I could if I could just find a thin enough material that would be sturdy enough that could cut on the Cricut, that would be amazing. Yep, yeah, it's like marabou trim on the butterfly ones, and I've already got that. And these are the other wings that I made. They're wire, so they can bend shape as needed. But all that like hand beating was a pain in the ass to do. I decided not to do beading on the back. And they're just magnetic. They just magnet to his back. Let me change cameras because they kind of flop a bit when I'm have them face down like that. There we go. They're really wide, but they're floopy. But I like the way they can catch the light with the gems. It's a lot like they do in the concert videos, so. Nice. Do you know what the size limit for cutting on the Cricut is, though? Because the the wings are pretty big. I mean, the guy that I just showed you, his are the largest. But I'll grab a ruler and measure Mana's wings, because that can be sort of a base size to go off of. Hi, Dodo. Come here. Come here, buddy. That's a good boy. Are you doing okay from your nails being cut? Huh? I thought it was a ruler. Where was it? A Floof came to visit. Here you go, bud. You don't need to nudge on the latex. I don't know where my ruler is, so I'm gonna guess they're around 14 inches at their widest, but I could make the wings be just like in half. Ooh, 12 by 24, that works awesome. That would be great. Nice. Sweet boy. You gonna hang out for a bit, huh? Little mister? Little muffin? Little orange muffin? Nope. No. Good boy. Good boy. I think this is going to be really nice when I get to brush it. Even just having done 2 layers of color, like, ooh, I think it's going to be good. It might be nice to curl it. I haven't curled acrylic hair, actually. Oh, I should look at what type this one is. I don't even know, because it's, I didn't buy it. Let's see. This is an Explore Air 2. It's pretty big. I mean, it's... But, like, if it would end up helping with this project and other projects, like, I wouldn't mind investing. Oh, nice. Yeah, I was hoping my Oda would love to be in boxes and stuff, and it would be his buckets, but he does not like them. He doesn't like kitty beds or boxes, or other than chewing on boxes. He loves chewing on cardboard. Sweet muffin. No, don't lick my latexy hands, please. He's a good boy. If my microphone thing was working, I'd try to pick up his purr sounds. I always love cat purrs. Oh, sweet. Thank you for looking that up. I really appreciate it. So then I gotta figure out how to get it to cut the shape that I want. I'm assuming there's like Cricut software that I can basically program. I'm very much a physical prototype kind of person rather than using a digital file. Even though, like, I'm techie, I love tech, I work in tech, but like digital painting and like 3D modeling and like that, there's a learning curve there that I've tried to do some of that stuff a couple times, and I super suck at it. And I gotta keep trying. So I end up being very much a physical prototype, try a thing, then redo it. So like part of me not getting into the laser cutters and the Cricuts and all of that is not being able to put a template in there and have the machine be able to scan it and work off of that or something. Nice. I will have to take a look at that. Now I'm definitely motivated to see what that's all about. For real. Oops. No. Okay, I gotta be more patient. I accidentally yoinked off hair. Don't touch it. Leave it alone. Oh, that's a good idea. That's a really good idea. Sewing is not something I'm incredibly good at. I've done some sewing that I am proud of, but generally, I can do it. I just don't find it enjoyable because it is so challenging, I guess, if that makes sense. What should I do while I wait for stuff to dry? What should we do, bud? always loves to lick. Yeah. I'm just not good at turning something flat into something 3D. I'm better at like tight clothing. And for some reason I have a hard time getting past fabric waste. Like most of the things that I do don't end up making a lot of waste. But for making clothes and the way that you cut fabric, and sometimes you have to have it go by a certain bias in the fabric, or like if it's got a pattern and you want the patterns to be certain places or match things up, you have to just waste fabric, and I hate that. And I just got to get over it. Or like, you know, my sewing adventures would probably go better if I would do prototyping and do it with like linen or something cheap first. That way when you use your actual fabric, like you've got all the kinks worked out and you've had sort of a practice run at it. But I don't really do that. Did you see the bean bags that I made for my dollies to sit on? They're really adorable. If you want, I can, my studio's a little bit of a mess, but while that dries, I can give you a little bit of a tour. The cameras I'm using are all wireless, so I am going to turn this fan on, though, to try to get this to dry quicker. Yeah, I've been, woo, that's not what I want. Go back on. Yeah, I'll show you. Hold on. So I'm gonna unplug this camera, but it might disconnect. So we'll see. If I leave, I'll come back. No, that seems okay. All right, we're good. And the framing for this is going to be kind of awful because I don't have a way to see what I'm doing or what I'm pointing at with the camera specifically. So I guess I'll just start over here. So I've got some PAX units that I've turned into some storage at the bottom, but then diorama spaces above, and they're all sort of a work in progress, just kind of playing stuff. Plans. I gotta work on the walls back for this more. I want to go like super decorated with cocoa kind of theme, so like there'll be like framing and probably gilding and stuff that happens. This one is gonna be like my modular, sort of traded out to do whatever, but I have all this extra packing foam, and I was playing with different stage levels because I want to build a stage setup for those guys. These are my mini miser wing dudes I had out earlier. And then I just have my little lowlies and their OGs with them in this one. They like to collect tea sets, so. And then I found that Michaels and stuff had small enough scale plants that looked really cool with Yankee, so I went kind of crazy. And actually, I saw yesterday that they had some kind of black witchy ones, and I was like, ooh, that'll be neat for a photo shoot, so I got some of those. But then there's like storage at the bottom. This is where the stage one is going to go. I've got it all blacked out in kind of black weight sort of deal so that it really absorbs light. And just random junk in this one. I don't know what I'm going to do with this one. It might turn into another mermaid space because my mermaid space appears pretty tight. You can't see my guy in the back, but I really like the placement of my little depth dolls and all my little French BJDs and the little ones, the crabs and the fishies and the shrimps, you know. And then I've got a bunch of storage in the corner just because, like, it wasn't really going to be super accessible, so why not just have it be storage? And I also can't see chat. I want to make sure you didn't say anything, any questions or anything. Oh, frames, nice. Oh yes, definitely. I do. I have this flower crown. I don't know if you made this one or not, but I do think this is a flower crown. I know I have another one somewhere. But yes, I think, I don't remember exactly how I ended up with that, but yes. Frames would be nice. I'll let you know. This is one of the bean bags that I made for my dragon to sit on. I got all kinds of little pearls and jewels and stuff. But I found this really neat fabric at Michael's. It's this like crazy gold mesh that I was like, that seems like that's somewhere a dragon would sit. So, and then I guess here I made this fun multicolored fur one. Here I've got this cute little blue mesh one that's filled with like pearls and stuff, and just some storage. And this is actually really nice. That is pull-out storage for hanging doll dresses. I've actually redressed my dolls and stuff that I hadn't done in a long time because of this. So, and actually, I just realized, I think my audio is coming from a different camera, so you probably haven't been able to hear me super well. Hold on. I will change, so I think that should be better. And then I've got these are just cabinets for storing dolls rather than display, and I've got a bunch of storage at the bottom, but I end up being able to see them all a lot better if I've got some standing, and then like she's on a beanbag and she's on a beanbag, and at the bottom I've got some really cute shoe storage. It's easy to just pull out and see and redress as I like. I need to find stuff for these little guys. They're little Logan dolls. They're like having, my MSD's having SDs. I can't wait to work on her though. She'll probably not use that chest piece. That's just what she had on, but Egyptian themed dolls gonna be fun. And yeah, and just more dolls and parts and things to work on. My SDs. And their stuff and tinies. And then I've got this really cool table I only recently got. So it expands out, but it also can swoop back into being like literally like just this wide. But I keep it out most of the time. And it also has a bench with it that zooms out and back into. My little sort of messy sewing camera area. This is that creek cut that I've borrowed from my friend. I also have a sanding box, so I can finally do that in a healthier manner. my camera stuff. Wigs. And then this gets into just like art painting stuff. Spray box. This was a neat find. I mean, some of it I made, but this is nice for holding up these little head mount posts that I've got that make painting them a lot easier. I used to have, this is version 2 of this, I had a previous one that was just PVC pipe, and they were really long and had this bulky wall mount thing, and I like this tiny little setup that I can move around, and yeah. And then I've got my my board of like projects to do, corsets, and a little, so the leaves for the table actually go into this table. But then I was like, well, I don't know where to put it. What do I do with it? And I was like, oh, it can be a snack station. So like I've got little like tea stuff. So like rainbow sugar, different types of teas and coffee and snack if I am getting real low energy. I got a bathroom and my office. But yeah, that's it. Some of it's pretty messy at the moment, but it's because I'm mid-project. Oh, sorry. I think that was loud. Oh yeah, my wigs, I'm gonna do different. My wigs, I'm gonna end up having up on that wall over there, magnetized to it at some point. Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's been a long work in progress, and like I've always wanted to have a space like this, but you know, I didn't own a house before, and moving, you know, you can't do something like this if you're going to move every year or a couple of years. But now I felt like I could do it, and also like with the pandemic and not being able to go and do, you know, it felt worthwhile to make this kind of investment in my space and my interests, and you know, just good stuff. Let's see, how not dried are you? Yeah, you're still curing a bit. I almost kind of wonder, it might be a good idea to curl the hair. I'm not sure the best way to go about it though. Maybe like coffee straws and a little like heat gun that I have. Not like one of those like sort of in the garage industrial ones, like a tiny craft one. That could work. It'd be really tedious, but it could work. Because the big thing with curling the yarn is you want to make sure that you let it cool while it's curled, because then it'll keep the shape. I don't have a steamer, but that doesn't mean that I couldn't get one. I'll probably try the heat gun thing first, but just because like I've already got one. It's gonna be so nerve-wracking cutting this wig later, just because like it's such a process to make it. Oh, thank you. I'm pretty happy about it so far. Somehow I ended up getting some latex goobers in there. Yeah, with it brushed out, the color sort of really subtly fades. It's really nice. Hmm. I'm definitely glad I did the sort of white in between colors. It makes it much more sort of ethereal. Oh yeah, I love them. They're really nice. I'll show you the type of stand that I would love to get more of, but they're so expensive. Ooh. I still don't have my coral reef masks, but I did order them through BJD, so. I've got a couple of these stands that are made of just completely clear acrylic that I want to get a couple of these to have for use in my dioramas. They're just like $30 each. It's like, I mean, I get it. It's just an investment. Yeah, I hope I get them soon too. I'm gonna use them for my little Lolita girls. One's gonna be a dark moth, and the other's gonna be a bright butterfly. Yeah, I got them off of I think AliExpress like so many years ago. So I hope I can find them again. Let's see. I've kind of ended up with having colors from different layers starting to line up with each other, so I think I'm going to really make the pattern kind of go wonky. I also think I'm going to fill in this back as sort of separate pieces for a couple of layers too. Just because, like, I'm not working with a circle, I'm more working with an oval. I love the ruffle thighs. I probably wouldn't have, if she didn't have ruffle thighs, I probably wouldn't own the doll. But like, oh, it's so cute. And they're so, like, this doll is so sturdy. I saw, because I was at a booth next to them for the whole con. And I saw them, like, topple so many times from, you know, varying situations. And they just, you know, kept on kicking. Like, it's really well made, really sturdy. It looks delicate, but it's really not. And the little heart, the heart details are so lovely. And she stands really well. I kind of wish her hands were a little bit bigger, but her hands are sculpted really nicely. I like them. I'm not so much a fan of the heart nipples, but I mean, it plays into the theme. It makes sense. All right, let's fill up this back line some. Oops, ouch. Get situated a little bit better. I'm not going to get the turntable out because I shouldn't need to really turn her for this part. Oh, you know what though? I need to make more white wefts. Oh, I guess this is another cool thing that I got. I'll swap to this camera. So this was another Michael's clearance thing that I found a month or something ago. But I can put my ball of yarn in it. And I don't have to worry about the yarn like flopping around everywhere. It's really nice. And I tend to like having my yarn in balls rather than skeins anyway. Yeah, I'm really glad that I bought this. I was skeptical. I was like, that seems like I'm just being extra. But no, it's actually really nice. I mean, I definitely wouldn't have paid the original price for it, but, you know, clearance, it was fine. It's called Yarn It, all one word, like the word yarn and the word it, if you squish them together. But it stays in place, real nice. Yeah, sure. You definitely could. I'm probably going to try to noodle a better way to brush out the yarn. That's the only part of this whole process that I really just super dislike doing. But yeah, I'm just doing my thing and just keeps going. very nice. I imagine that's probably enough. Oh, that's okay. I doubt I said much that was of any import. If in this processing the yarn stuff that I'm doing, if you have a process that you do that's way easier, feel free to let me know. So I take 2 pieces, fold the loop, tie it on a chopstick, tighten it up. Kind of depends on what I'm doing. Sometimes I can get away with doing 3 pieces of yarn. Sometimes I'll do 1. Just depends on how fine of a piece of yarn I'm looking to pull off at the end. Yeah, this part's okay. It's the next brushing part that I hate. Like, maybe I'll try to figure out some sort of way that I could rig it up so that something will hold the chopstick for me and I don't have to hold it with my left hand. Like, I know I've seen some people tie them to like a chair or something. I don't really... I could do that. I do have a chair I could do that with, but it seems like a waste of yarn too, because it would have to wrap around a lot. Yeah, it hurts my hands. I hate the sound of it. Yeah, that's a good idea. I'm so glad I was able to get the textures of the yarns to work, because they weren't all the same brand of yarn. The brand, so they're all the same except for the pink color. And the pink color is has a lot more of a shine to it. What you doing, Odo? Yeah, me too. After I get this white yarn on here and brushed out, I probably will take a break. Go make some coffee, make some lunch. But that's still probably a good 20 minutes or so away. And kind of just get away from the desk some. My upper back really starts hurting if I'm not diligent and take breaks. But also, my brain is like, want to get the thing done, do the thing. Finish, finish, finish. I'll probably mute while I brush too, just because I hate that sound. I can't imagine that you like the sound either. That's what I should do. I should go do some cleaning. Thanks. I'm so glad you came to hang out, and good luck with your cleaning, and I'll take a look at the messages and stuff that you sent me. Thanks. Alright, now I am prepped and ready to start. Ready to go whenever I do the next session. But I think I'm gonna take a break, and I'll probably be back later, but we shall see. Thanks to those that stopped by. See you later.